Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to Rank Talks Ball. Sorry so much for coming late. I'm so sorry. Something came up and I'm literally just trying to get this ready on the fly as we go. Though I literally have no scoreboard, this is the scoreboard. I'm literally getting this done like that. That is why the start of the stream got delayed so much. I'm literally trying to get this done on the fly. Let me get the chat here. Again, I apologize for coming so late. Something happened that kind of delayed me getting here. It's all good, like it's nothing serious, so don't worry about it. Just something that I had to take care of at the last minute and I just arrived. Let me see if I can get the chat. It needs to load. Meanwhile, I guess I can put this. So yeah, I'm like 11 minutes late to the game and it's already 1-0 up to Colombia. We never even got to talk about the game. And there's a penalty for Colombia now as well. Now there's also a penalty for Colombia. So like, it's getting real. It's getting real. Amazing pass from Luis Diaz. Completely onside and John Arias gets brought down by the keeper. That kind of looks like a penalty to me. I'm sure they're gonna check it, but they may check it. I don't think it's a stone-wall penalty if it is. Let me get the chat. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Don't worry, Musa. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Arajay. Already 1-0 up to Colombia. Yeah, I know. I came here late. Like I said, something delayed me from coming over. So yeah, we're starting a bit late on this one. We're not starting late for the other stream, which is the big one, but I wanted to be here on time and it just couldn't happen because of this delay. So I apologize for that. Let me see. This is like 13:30. So there is the clock updated now at least, and there's a potential penalty check for Colombia, who's already 1-0 up. I don't even know who got the goal. Again, thank you for the people who are joining despite the delay. John Cordova got the first goal. So again, like that's prolific striker that I was talking about that Colombia needed to get for their team coming up clutch. And it looks like the penalty is gonna get given. The decision is not gonna get overruled by VAR, and James Rodriguez is gonna take the penalty. So I literally began watching the game at like 10 minutes. The game was already 1-0 up, and I began setting everything up for the stream. So like, yeah, I have no idea of what happened up until this point. But let's see if James can score this penalty and make it 2-0 already in 14 minutes. James steps up, he scores. Wonderful penalty, very powerful. Top corner, keeper goes one way, ball goes the other, and it's 2-0 Colombia just like that. Showing their dominance once again. Welcome to the stream, Barry. Thank you for joining. James, Copa America MVP. He may be one of the contestants, especially if Colombia go to the final or, dare I say, win it. Of course, that James would be one of the front runners for player of the tournament. Like, he's been so insane in every single game. 2 assists on the first game against Costa Rica also. Very, very good. His game against Colombia, even though he didn't get a goal contribution, he was so key. And now getting this goal from the spot. And I don't know if he got the assist for the first goal of who got it for that goal from John Cordova. If I could open up Footmower and something. Where is my cursor? What is going on? Everything is failing. Hello AD, thank you for joining. Welcome to the stream. My mouse literally disappeared. I cannot see my mouse. Everything is failing. My phone was failing when I was trying to connect to the game. I was getting so frustrated. So yeah, we started a bit late on this one, later than I would have liked. We didn't even get time to talk about the game previously. I didn't get to see the first Colombia goal. I didn't get to set up. It's a very annoying start, but we're gonna do our best to make it up through the rest of the game and the next game as well, which we're actually gonna start on time. So don't worry about that one. There's a good cross inside the box. Maybe Panama have a shot here. Gets blocked. Ten the item. Yes, it's already 2-0 up. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I had to start a bit late because of something that I had to do before, and I didn't get home in time. So yeah, ended up starting stream a bit late. I didn't get to see the first goal, and the second goal was scored a few minutes ago by James Rodriguez from the spot. John Arias winning the penalty. Now Panama have another free kick. The cross is gonna go inside the box. Oh, Panama so close to getting a second. The header hits the post and no one is able to tap it in. Another cross, another header goes over the crossbar, and Panama almost get one goal back. Uy. A miracle that Colombia don't concede there. The ball gets headed in, hits the post, and then it bounces on Camilo Vargas, who just happened to be standing there. That ball was definitely going in, and Camilo, with his reflexes, able to throw it away. Oh, it's a miracle that Colombia don't concede there. Panama so close to getting a goal. Oh, that was fun. See you later then. Maybe I should be a little happy we didn't make it, because Colombia would probably smash us. Nah, but getting grouped, for real. Like, not making the knockouts because you don't want to get embarrassed is such loser mentality. I'm sorry, but it has to be said. It's the same mentality that Greg had when he did this. John Cordova winning the ball cleanly there on the wing. It's gonna pass the ball back, and here comes Colombia with opportunities. That pass was not good. That pass for Ares was not good. Yeah, it's weak mentality. Yeah, I agree. Predictions now for the semis: Spain versus France and Netherlands versus England. I have to think about it. I had a bad day today on the predictions. I predicted 2-1 for Switzerland, and Netherlands 1-1, and then advanced on penalties. So I'm not first in the predictions anymore, which is a shame because of two bad predictions, and my opponents just catched up. I was like very much under pressure because last night, oh, here comes Panama with a great opportunity. Oh, and Uribe first touching it and deflecting the shot, and Vargas ends up sending it out for a corner. Panama really putting the pressure on Colombia now. If Colombia are not careful, they are gonna concede. Panama, I would say they deserve to have a goal already. Another corner, that's gonna be John Cordova heading the ball away. Let's see, new corner for... Oh, it's gonna be a throw-in actually. It didn't go out for a corner. Murillo puts the ball inside the box. Colombia recovered the ball and cleared away. Let's see what Panama can do here. They get dispossessed. And Colombia are trying to consolidate slowly but surely, but so far they have not been able to actually build from the back ever since they went 2-0 up, and someone from Colombia is down. Is it Luis Diaz? I am rooting against England and France. They are the terrorists of the sport. Hate how we have the Shams, Koeman and Southgate ball at the same time in the semis. Yep. I agree. We need De La Fuente to cook. Had a great day, had 1-1 on penalties and 3-1 Netherlands, so yeah. It should be like 6. Yeah, it's 6 points because you get 2 points for predicting winner. No, it's actually 4 points. It's 4 points because you predicted winner correctly in 90 and then correct team to advance. No, it's 6 points. It's 6 points. The result, 2 points. Team who advances, 2 points. In which manner they do it in 90 minutes, 2 points. So yeah, it's 6 points. 6 and 8. That's amazing for you, yeah. So yeah, I had an awful day today on the predictions, but I can still cope because my final is Spain-England. So if that happens, I'm gonna get a lot of points, but I don't know. I need to be a bit strategic with how I do my predictions for that next one. Last night I was under a lot of pressure because I stayed up late and I tried to check what the people who were behind me were gonna predict, and they waited until today at the last minute to predict. So I did my predictions and they did their predictions different to mine so that they could catch up if the results went their way, and they did. So they caught up to me because they kind of like scouted me. So it put me under a lot of pressure to, you know, make my predictions kind of without knowing what they predicted. And yeah, I ended up losing big time today. I had a bit of a big lead. I had 8 points on second place, and now that it's vanished. I'm behind actually someone who got also 8 and 6, but who was very close to me. I believe he was 9 points behind me, so now he's 5 points ahead of me, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Colombia potentially without an opportunity here. It's getting a bit sloppy, but Panama are able to clear the way. Nope, it goes out and Colombia recover possession. I'm so annoyed. I cannot see my mouse. Like, how am I supposed to use my... Bro, everything is collapsing around me. This has not been my day. Hello SSV, welcome to the chat. See, if I don't have my mouse here on the chat, it doesn't update. And I don't see my mouse, so like it's really annoying. I wish France finished first in the group so we can have France versus England as a final. So we can't have, I mean, I don't know if it makes much of a difference, honestly. I went to the restaurant to get food and totally forgot about this game, and it's already 2-0 as well. Yep. Yeah, I didn't forget, but something else came up and I ended up starting stream late. But I'm glad that you guys are here at least. Actually, still have no idea on the points, so I'll just inshallah with it. Fair enough. I'm just predicting for fun because I don't think I can win either contest. Fair. I began taking it seriously when I realized that I had a chance to win. As long as Spain make the final, I'm happy. Me too. Like responding to that AD question, yes, if France and England are on the same side of the bracket, we cannot have an England-France final, but if they meet in the semifinals, we have guaranteed one of them in the semis. Here we can still have Spain-Netherlands, which, you know, Netherlands aren't much better than France and England, but their games are at least more entertaining. Again, for my prediction's sake, I hope that the final is Spain-England, which is the one that I predicted before the tournament started. Oh, that was bad from Arias. But here comes Colombia anyway. Arias over the crossbar. Panama had their moments to try and get back into this game, but they were unlucky in those opportunities. And now Colombia seems to be back in it. It was a James assist, they are saying, like in the commentary. It was a James cross from a corner and a header from John Cordova, the first goal. This cross from James gets cleared away. There's potential for a counter for Panama, but they're gonna get denied that opportunity. There's thunder in my area. Yikes. LeBron James is the first player to produce his teammate. Literally. That's crazy. If Spain does make the final, definitely gonna go out and watch the final here in the city, in my city in Spain, or maybe travel to La Coruña. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy event if that happens there in España. Do you watch basketball? Yeah, I mean, I don't watch like extensively. I don't watch many games. Um, I watch some of the best games during the regular season in the NBA, and I try to watch as much of the playoffs as I can. But it's not like I'm constantly looking to watch games. And after that, here in Argentina as well, the league, Boca Juniors, like my football club, is in the final of the league in basketball. So I'll probably look to go to one of the games if I can. I believe the first final is tomorrow. I don't know when the first final is. I should probably have checked that out. Um, like I can always go to another game. Maybe not the first final. I can go to the second final or something. Um, so yeah, we'll see if Boca can be champions of basket at least. And obviously, whenever it's the national team for Argentina, um, we're not gonna be at the Olympics. Sadly, we're going through a bit of a rough period right now, but I'm sure we'll bounce back up at some point. Hello, Patrick. Thank you for joining. Welcome back. France versus England final is the Devils final. Yep. The midfield battle of Tchouaméni, Kanté, and Rabiot versus Rice, false DM Kane, and false 10 Foden, and maybe Gallagher. That's crazy. France and England in the final just revolts. Yeah, no one is watching. Just we all boycott that final. We all boycott. No one watches the Euros that day. Yeah, in the World Cup it wasn't a defensive game. It was actually an entertaining game between France and England, but I don't know what has happened to both teams. How they are playing so awful with the players that they have. That looks offside, but Lucho Diaz still trying, driving forward, slides in a pass. Are they gonna... That wasn't offside. Wow. The linesman never rose his flag. So that could have been a massive opportunity for Colombia, but Luis Diaz not able to get his footing and find space to shoot. Footy Facts, thank you so much for joining. Welcome to the stream. Not gonna lie, I didn't realize this game wasn't early until I saw your stream. Can you summarize the game, please? So, I'm not gonna lie, I arrived to home late. I was doing something else. And I got here 10 minutes in and Colombia were already 1-0 up. It was, apparently from what they were saying, it was a cross from a corner, James Rodriguez, and headed in by John Cordova for the first goal. And just when I arrived, I saw that John Arias won a penalty after a great pass from Luis Diaz. John Arias ran into space and got brought down by the keeper, penalty, and James Rodriguez scored. After that, Panama had a few chances. They hit the post with a header, and they had a few other clear chances where they could have potentially gotten a goal back, but they didn't really capitalize on them. They got a bit unlucky with their finishing too. And after that, the game has kind of stabilized. Colombia is keeping most of the control, but Panama seem like they are not giving up that easily, which is good to see. Like, there's still a lot of time. If Panama can find one goal, they're back in it, but they need to actually score their chances, and they are not getting it so far. Deculites. How do you say it? Deculites. Deculites? Is that how you say it? Deculites? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Strikers in the Euros are so bad, it's actually sad. Ay. Uncomfortable combos there. Netherlands is giving me Italy from last Euros vibes with the way they are playing right now. Yeah, like, not really convincing, just kind of scraping by, a bit shaking the defense at times, but they have goals, they have key players showing up, and you know, they are advancing, they are getting it done, and they are in the semis, even without looking that convincing. Probably the only team that has looked convincing out of the four that are in the semis is Spain, but nothing can guarantee that Spain are actually the favorites. Netherlands only team so far that won in 90 both games, yeah. But like, it was a close game today. They were 20 minutes away from straight up losing. Deculites, okay. You're welcome, Footy Facts. Like I said, I'll probably have to check the replay for that first goal because I didn't see exactly how it happened. I just know that it was a cross from James and a header from John Cordova. That's about it. I remember 2019 Copa Argentina was the only quarterfinal team to not win on pens. Yeah. Actually, Spain remind me more of Argentina World Cup 2022. Yeah. I mean, I don't see much of the comparison, but maybe. Dangerous free kick for Panama here. It's headed like straight towards the goal, just outside of the semicircle of the box. So if they have someone who can actually kick this well and get it on target, it's a very dangerous free kick. Let's see who's gonna take it. Hits the wall. Gets put inside the box again. And now cleared away by Colombia. The escape from that one. I don't think England will ever get rid of Southgate because of playing style. This team is too talented for Southgate to fail or to lose to a weak team. I mean, wasn't the conversation we were having that these players aren't actually that good? I feel like the narrative keeps changing depending on how you want to see it. Because either these players are not actually that good, or Southgate is to blame for everything. I feel like the answer probably lies somewhere in the middle. It's not one or the other. But you can criticize Southgate all you want, but from 1996 to 2016, I mean, I guess from 1998 to 2016, all those tournaments that England attended and they didn't make a single semi-final. And now Southgate is going to his third semi-final at a tournament in 4 tournaments. So like that is no coincidence. Is it because the team is very talented? Maybe. Is it because he got easy routes and easy paths in those tournaments? Maybe. But even with those things, previous England teams didn't get anywhere. So like, some respect has to be given to Southgate. The football is awful to watch at this Euro especially. But what you cannot judge are the results. England teams used to fumble it. And England don't seem to fold like before. They actually get far in every tournament that they go. These English players or throats are overrated. So like if the players are overrated, how much of the blame is on Southgate? Is Southgate actually overperforming? Oh, that is a dangerous pass. Colombia able to clear it away. Oh, that is a tough challenge. That should be a yellow. Tough challenge on Richard Rios. Oh. And it's 3-1, 3-0. And it's 3-0. They were so focused on the replay that they didn't show how that ball got to Luis Diaz, who was on a one-on-one with the keeper and chips it over the keeper's head. Masterful finish from Lucho Diaz. And just like that, it's 3-0 Colombia. Now it's looking very complicated for Panama. But Colombia are simply styling on them. Because of the replay, they didn't show. Yeah, they played that's what I thought. They played the free kick quickly. Panama are caught napping. Luis Diaz, all alone in front of the goalkeeper. Who was it? Is it James? Obviously it's James. Obviously it's James. James plays the free kick quickly, sees Lucho Diaz running in behind the defense, And Luis Diaz, with the ball bouncing in front of him, the defenders to his side, chips it over the keeper's head, who had come off his line to face him. An amazing finish from Lucho Diaz, and it's 3-0. Game over, it's looking like game over. At 2-0, I could see Panama coming back because they were actually showing signs that they were creating dangerous chances, but now, yeah, now it's looking really, really grim for Panama. England would have won Euro 21 if they kept their calm. Potentially. If, could have, should have, would have. It's always about ifs, but hindsight is 2024. The team is good. Just look at the Saka goal today. That is individual brilliance. The team is heavy in certain positions and holes in other. Like England has no register, but they have right wing and right back. I suppose, but this team is good, but previous England teams had Rio Ferdinand, Gerrard, Lampard, Beckham, Owen, Rooney, Ashley Cole, Joe Cole. I'm forgetting another defender who I'm trying to think. From Arsenal. I'm blanking. I don't want to forget him because he was a beast. He was one of my favorite defenders in the Premier League, like in the old days. Fuck. Anyway, the point is that wasn't that England team talented? You can say that some of those players were overrated, but wasn't that England team... Sol Campbell. Yeah, Sol Campbell. No, actually Cole, yeah, I already mentioned, yeah, Sol Campbell. I was... Like, the point is, wasn't that England team talented? You can say that some of the players were overrated, but wasn't it talented? And what did they do? They didn't make a single semi-final. And yet, this England team, which, on paper at least, seems like they have many less resources, they are making their third semi-final in 4 tournaments under Southgate. So, like, at what point do we give the man a bit of praise? Even when the play is horrendous, he gets results that England didn't used to get. Colombia making a statement. So far, yeah. USA would have done nothing but lose the same way if it was the USA instead of Panama who advanced. Maybe, but I trust in the individual quality of the USA more than in the one of Panama. Panama probably have better team cohesion. But I don't know, it's very complicated now. They had chances to get a goal. Panama really easily could have gotten a goal, but now it's looking very difficult. Turkey screwed themselves over today. I'm not sure why they sat back so deep when they were winning. That is the problem with those nations that don't usually get to those positions in tournaments. They feel the pressure. They don't know what it's like to win in a big stage. So when they actually find themselves in that situation, they don't know how to react. And their first instinct is to, let's try not to lose. And yeah, they kind of shut down because of the nerves. The situation got to them and Netherlands punished them. But yeah, I can see what you mean. If the Shams wins these Euros without an open play goal and a mediocre attack, he deserves praise and a public apology from the French media. I guess. That is so cheeky from James Rodriguez. James has been involved in all 3 goals. He got 2 assists and a goal from the spot. Who was saying before, like, I'm gonna bring up that comment again, like James MVP? Barry, James Copa America MVP, like, for real though. if Colombia make the final, let alone win it, James has to be the MVP. And everyone who's been clowning James Rodriguez because of his club career owe him an apology. Winning a Copa America with Colombia would be insane. Has James been the best player so far then? Yeah, I think he has. I actually think he has been the best player, the best individual player of the tournament so far. As the whistle blows for halftime, there's like no individual that has stood out in Uruguay. In Argentina, you can say Lautaro, but you know, definitely not to the same degree as James. Even with the 4 goals, it's not the same. Like influence on the team is much more different. Address him right, King James. Fair. So is this game actually over? Are we looking at a dead 45 minutes remaining? It looks like Colombia should actually run away with this one. Panama has nothing to do. We'll see if they can actually do something in the second half, but it's very complicated. Lautaro close second. Yeah, I think you could make that case. 4 goals is a lot of goals in 3 games. But the influence of James in this team is completely unmatched. It doesn't make sense, honestly, how important he is. It's not like James is old. Like people think James is old because he was finished at club level like very early on in his career. I think the guy is 32. Like Germany in 2014. There was only 1 game or 2 games in that World Cup that they dominated. Weird comparison. Panama is not good. So are we flipping the narrative? We are all hindsight user. We are all pancakes. First, like, no, give praise to Canada. They've improved a lot. No, actually, Panama is not good, man. Panama has always been trash. Maybe this is an opportunity to clown on the US because they should have been here in this game. They probably get destroyed by Colombia as well. But how the US is not playing this game is actually criminal. On home soil, it's insane. Colombia would beat the USA too. I agree, but it's not even like Panama have been bad this first half, because their goalkeeper conceded that penalty on John Arias. The third goal that they conceded was like a distraction because James played the free kick quickly. But Panama had their chances to score as well. It's like two of the three goals that they conceded is because they got distracted. And that is because I haven't seen how the first goal happened at all. So maybe it's been like just the defense of Panama has been pretty poor. Offensively, they created a few chances that they were a bit unlucky to score. So the US would get spanked too, stop lying. I'm not saying they wouldn't, probably, but can we all agree that the US is a better team than Panama? I respect Panama, but they won against the US because the US really didn't show up on the day. And because of that Team Weah red card. Yes, they had the character and they made the most of that situation, so you have to give the praise to Panama as well for how they played. But that game was the US to lose. I think it's the golf of class. The golf of class. What is the golf? Do you think Panama advanced if red card wasn't given? No. I think that changed the game completely. This feels similar to Barca versus PSG. The standards of football are beneath the floor when the fact that washed strikers like Fulkrug and Weghorst are considered key when these guys were the bottom of the barrel years ago. Yes, sir. Induct Europe. I'm saying it. Induct Europe. I'm getting so annoyed by the fact that I cannot see my mouse. I need to charge the computer as well. Like I'm trying to navigate to see if I can find the replay of the first goal and it's not letting me. Do you think it's similar to Araujo red? No. It's not similar because Araujo tried to stop someone from scoring and got a red. Timothy Weah punched someone in the face because he got insulted or something. Oh, my mouse is back somehow. What do you think of the rules about yellow cards and players getting suspended? Oh wait, there's a replay for the first goal. I mean, that would have been a penalty if it wasn't scored. Like the Panamanian defender was like trying to grab and tackle John Cordova. So like you can say that maybe it's another mistake from the Panamanian defense, but I think that it's been awful from Panama defensively. I didn't answer that question. What do you think of the rules about yellow cards and players getting suspended for semifinals game because of 2 yellows? Personally, I think it's stupid. Why? Like if you get, are you just allowed to get yellows throughout the tournament? Like you get a yellow in one game, but you don't get sent off. So then the next game you get a yellow, and the next game you get a yellow, and the next game you get a yellow, and like you are never suspended for that. I think it's okay. Just don't commit harsh fouls. Like it's trying to incite players and teams to not play harsh, because you're gonna get all your players suspended and you're gonna be at a disadvantage. I don't think it's stupid. What did the player say to him? I don't know. Did it ever come out? I feel like on Twitter that there would be something there if at some point someone heard anything, but I don't think someone did. How would the South America teams do this year in the Euros? Colombia, Uruguay, and Argentina could win it. Colombia, Uruguay, and Argentina could win the Euros. The rest of the teams depends, but Brazil could make like quarters, maybe semis on a good day. I feel like the South American teams are currently the best in the world in how they're playing. Spain and Germany looked like the best teams from Europe. So I don't know. The game has become much more tactical. This has diluted the skill of the sport. Yep, I agree. Second half is about to begin, so I need to reset the timer and get this to 45. Few substitutions coming in for Panama. Let's see if they can get a consolation goal early on and get their hopes up, but it's gonna be very difficult in my opinion. Would you agree with me that the best Colombia's this is the best Colombia since World Cup 2014 and the best Uruguay since 2011 Copa? Yeah, I think that's an easy yes. There's not much debate with other teams, I think, from those countries. Hello, Mats. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. Neymar effed up by going to Saudi this year that Ballon d'Or had his name on it. Well, yeah, but the problem was also the injuries, as always. As always with Neymar, the problem is the injuries. How was the first half? Colombia pounced on 3 defensive mistakes from Panama. Their defense has been really awful this first half, but Colombia have been looking solid. Panama had a few chances to get a goal of their own. They hit the post and they had a few one-on-ones, but in the end they got unlucky with their finishing and weren't able to capitalize. And that explains the scoreline. Like, Colombia are the most solid team. They are more composed and they are actually clinical, which is something crazy to say about Colombia because 2 years ago they couldn't score a single goal, and now they have prolific strikers and forwards to actually get them the edge. And they're making a statement against a Panama team who looked very organized and very composed in their group. As we start the second half. And you know, Colombia, whoever they face in the semifinals, whether it's Uruguay or whether it's Brazil, I feel like it's going to be a very 50-50 game. If it's a rematch against Brazil, I would really favor Colombia based on what we saw in the group stage. Even though that game was a draw, I feel like Colombia had the better chances and played much better in the second half. And you know, you can never assume in football. Let's see, Panama have to get an early goal if they want to have any hope in this game. Maybe give Colombia a bit of a scare. Here they are driving forward, but the Colombian defense so solid throughout this entire tournament, despite having players like Davison Sanchez or Jerry Mina, who I don't rate much. Obviously Jerry Mina is not playing now, but he was the first option to come off the bench in that opener against Paraguay when Lukumi got injured. Colombia has been very, very solid all around, which is why I personally have them beating Uruguay in the semifinals if that's where they meet. I really think that Colombia are just more consistent, are in better form, more organized, and play the most effective football of the two. Even though you may say that Uruguay played the better football and the most attractive football, Colombia look way more effective. I'm not sure how good the South American teams would do in these Euros. I think we underrate how good the Euro teams are defensively. It looks bad, but it's effective. Fair. France's defense has been incredibly solid. Upamecano is still yet to have a really bad game. Saliba has grown a lot into the role, and both Koundé and Theo Hernandez have been amazing defensively as well. And with N'Golo Kante, that makes the job of the defense a lot easier as well. France defensively has been fantastic. Mike Maignan is also a good goalkeeper, so they are set up for success with that defense. Spain haven't been leaking many goals themselves. Sadly, they are going to be missing Carvajal and Lenormand for the second leg, so we're likely going to see Nacho and Jesus Navas in the semi-finals, which could be tricky. Unai Simon had a few howlers against Germany, but he didn't really get punished for it. The Netherlands, I don't think they are that solid defensively. They have good individual defenders, but the organization in the defense is not there. Vart Verbruggen had to make a few clutch saves today to keep them out, to bail them out against Turkey today. And after that, like England have been solid defensively as well. Richard Rios trying to recover the ball in a dangerous spot. Panama are able to clear it away. Where does Neymar rank in the top 10 Brazilian players? I'm having a bit of a deja vu. I feel like you made me that question like 3 times already. Am I wrong? I feel like I've answered this question before. I would say Neymar is definitely top 5. It depends. Maybe not definitely top 5. I would have in top 5. Definitely top 7. Definitely top 7. I would have in top 5. And you know, if you really wanted to push it, you can make an argument for top 3 in terms of talent. In terms of talent, you can make an argument for top 3, definitely. USA losing to Panama in the is the with loss. I guess you tried to write worst. USA losing to Panama is the worst loss for USA since Trinidad. Yeah, I suppose it is. You can maybe say it's worse than that defeat. I don't think so. Because losing to Trinidad to not go to a World Cup is a disaster. And even with the loss, the US could have qualified if it wasn't for the ghost goal that Panama were awarded against Costa Rica. So it's insane that the US didn't go to the World Cup because of that loss against Trinidad. Here, you know, lost against Panama with 10 men and get grouped at the Copa America. You can say that it's historic because it's the first time that a host nation gets grouped at the Copa America, but oh, here comes Colombia in the counter-attack. John Cordova on the wing. Let's see if he finds a cross. The cross is way too powerful, and Lucho Diaz does not arrive. Bad cross from Cordova, that one. Isn't Jesus Navas the ex-Man City player? Didn't he play for Sevilla? Yeah, he was playing for Sevilla up until recently. I believe he played for Man City. I'm not sure. The only Spanish player that I remember for Man City before it was David Silva, but I don't remember Jesus Navas being there, but maybe. I could be blanking. I don't remember all the players that went through Man City. Will you accept Diego Simeone as Argentina coach if he ever becomes NT coach? I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, but I wouldn't want him as national team coach, personally. I don't really like his attitude or his philosophy. I don't think I've asked that question, certainly not phrased that way. I feel like that I've answered that question before in a previous Watchalong, and I just remember it coming from you, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Does Rivaldo make top 5? I don't know if you have a bit of an obsession with Rivaldo. Rivaldo is in the conversation. I don't want to make a statement, but I could try and make a list like off the top of my head. I'm gonna make a list, but don't take this as definitive because I haven't given any thought to it. I'm just doing it off the top of my head. So like, don't keep this as something permanent. But I would say that Pele is definitely number 1. Number 2, I would probably give it to Zico. Number 3, Garrincha. Number 4, Socrates. And number 5, I would say Neymar. Neymar, I would say 5. 6, Ronaldinho. 7, R9. 8, Romario. 9, Jairzinho. 10, there are many options like Gerson, Cicinho. I haven't mentioned any of the fullbacks like Roberto Carlos or Cafu. There are too many Brazilians. Rivaldo is in the conversations, but in terms of forwards, Brazil just have too many, and I don't think Rivaldo is at the same level as R9 and Romario and Pelé and Ronaldinho and Neymar and Cicinho and Jairzinho and Garrincha. So like, it's a lot of attacking players. Worst ever loss for Argentina. So like, in terms of numbers, we lost 6-1 3 times. One against Czechoslovakia in the 1958 World Cup. One to Bolivia in World Cup qualifiers for 2010 in La Paz. And one in a friendly to Spain before the 2018 World Cup. So in terms of numbers, those are the 3 worst defeats of the Argentina national team. In terms of impact, maybe it's that 6-1 defeat to Czechoslovakia, because there was a lot of expectation on that Argentina team in 1958. It was the first time that we competed in the World Cup in a long time, because we had boycotted many of the previous World Cups because we had many disagreements with FIFA. And so there was a lot of expectations to see what the Argentine footballer was about, because we thought very high of our league. And to get grouped and lose 6-1 to Czechoslovakia was just a dagger. And like, the whole of Argentine football was questioning whether we should change our style and adapt it to the European game. And luckily we didn't, and that led us to the eventual success in 1978, just playing our style of football. So maybe that is the worst defeat. How old is Navas? Mbappe is going to have a field day with him. Navas, is he 38? My gut is telling me he's 38, but I'm not too sure on that one. Look, if Mbappe cannot dribble past Jesus Navas, we need a serious conversation about Pignat 19 and Pampers. And that Simeone is ex-River Plate, yep. Not Kaká for sure, I wouldn't have Kaká. I didn't know those 3 were Brazilian. Which three? What, the FEC stadium? Yeah, it's weird because this is what happens with NFL stadiums, that they are big on the side, but behind the goals there's no one, because usually that's where the sticks are, and like nobody wants to watch from that angle, and nobody wants to be there because I don't know, it's to watch American football, you want to be on the sides. So these American stadiums are like huge on the sides, but behind the goals there's no one. So like that's why it looks extremely weird. This one as well. This one is in Arlington, I believe. AT&T. Um, Later tonight, Uruguay and Brazil are gonna be playing in the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Your provisionary third and fourth. Um, Garrincha and Socrates. Yes. Garrincha was pretty much the guy that carried Brazil in 1962 after Pele got injured in the group stage. And Socrates was part of that wonderful 1982 team with Zico that sadly didn't get to win a World Cup because they were placed in a very difficult group, and they lost that one game to Italy, and Italy became world champions. It's not like Italy won the World Cup after beating Brazil. Italy qualified for the semi-finals after beating Brazil. It was that weird format with like two group stages, the whole ordeal. If you go to Wikipedia, you will know what I'm talking about in 1982 World Cup. Which, by the way, whenever the Copa America finishes and I have like free time, we're going back to the gaming channel, and I plan to do the 1982 World Cup as a continuation of the 1978 stream that we already did on Pro Evolution Soccer 6. So, stay tuned for that. And if we do the 1982 World Cup, I obviously will have a press conference, so you guys can return as journalists for that one. I will still be coaching Argentina because obviously I'm not gonna get fired after winning the World Cup, so we can do that. If I don't win the World Cup in 1982, I'll get fired and I'll choose another team for the next one. Maybe we can do that. Top 3 Liverpool players. Mine is David Ngog, Seb Coates, and the GOAT Takumi Minamino. The best Liverpool player is Wood Fies. I still remember that brace that he scored for us in that game against Leicester City. It was insane. Ariel Ayarza getting subbed in for Panama. Bit of an offensive midfielder to try and see if they can build up some play, but clock is ticking and they are far away from getting a goal, let alone 3. Colombia are just dominating possession. Like I've been talking this whole time, and very little has happened in this game. If anything, it's been Colombia who have more dangerous approaches, but there haven't really been any chances created this second half, and there's a shot from distance from Panama, goes very, very wide. What's your gaming channel? It's called Rank Plays Games. So like just like this one is Rank Talks Ball, the other one is Rank Plays Games, so kind of keeping the same dynamic on the name. And yeah, I don't really take seriously the gaming channel. I don't plan it to be like somewhere where I upload consistently, just whenever I feel like it. But now that I'm busy with the Copa America, it's not like I'm gonna force myself to make content um, on gaming. But whenever I have more time and not really much going on the main channel, I'm gonna try and make more streams and more videos for the gaming channel. So yeah, you can stay tuned for that one. Like I said, I'm not gonna take the gaming channel seriously. It's just something fun to have on the side whenever I feel like playing a game and we can share it together. Um, I made a poll on Twitter on which games you would like to see, and somehow chess got a lot of votes. So apart from Pro Evolution Soccer and Football Manager, which I plan to do as well at some point, there's potential for a chess stream at some point, which I'll try to see if I can climb out of the elo hell that I'm in currently. James Rodriguez, man, he is him. He's the man. Best player at this Copa America so far. Two substitutions gonna come in for Colombia. Luis Diaz getting subbed out for Sinisterra. Nestor Lorenzo already thinking about the semifinals, keeping Luis Diaz fresh and healthy. He received a pretty tough tackle before getting subbed out, so Nestor Lorenzo knows that he cannot allow him to get injured in this game that is completely under control, so Sinisterra gonna get subbed in. And also John Arias gonna get subbed out, the winger, and we're gonna see Carrascal in subbed in. My all-time Liverpool 11 would be Alisson, Steve Nicol, Emmeline Hughes, Alan Hansen, Alan Kennedy, Brian McDermott, Graham Souness, Steven Gerrard, Roger Hunt, Kenny Dalglish, Luis Suarez. Fair? I was thinking about Ian Rush and Michael Owen, but I guess there's not really much space in the 11 with the players that you have, so I imagine it's fair. Ooh. Richard Rios with the free kick and it goes out for a corner. Very, very close. Maybe Robbie Fowler or Kevin Keegan getting that front three. Yeah. But Roger Hunt and Kenny Dalglish are like two players that you need to have. Them, no Salah. It's difficult, like for the whole history of a club. But what Salah has going for him is that he's won a Premier League and a Champions League, which is something that not a lot of these Liverpool legends can say. And he was the most threatening player in the attack for both of those wins. Steve Nicol from ESPN, he has bad takes. Listen, we judge players for what they do on the pitch. And then as a journalist, we can judge him as a journalist. What he does as a journalist doesn't really affect what he did as a player, right? Ian Rush is a strong pick too, yeah. Liverpool have had better attackers. It's not looking good, Panama Bros. Seems like Colombia is gonna run away with this one. Panama, they had a few chances in the first half, but this second half we have seen nothing from them. Colombia has just dominated this game. They have kept it controlled and it's looking very, very bad at the moment. Harris, if it actually is 4-0, I'm gonna close the chat. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Harris, but if it's actually 4-0, I'm gonna close the chat. I haven't seen it yet. That's not a foul. I'm seeing Panama build up from the back. So that's how behind I am. Like, I saw that 4-0 like a long time ago, and Panama are still trying to play out from the back. Let's see, the counter attack. Is that a penalty? Oh, amazing shot. They give the goal. Yeah, they gave the goal. Harris is new, he doesn't know how to read apparently as well. So that's crazy. That's crazy. You know what? That is probably a bit harsh because this game is already over. But it's not hard to read. Like, maybe I need to make this bigger. Maybe we need to kind of like hold up. Maybe this needs to be bigger, and maybe we need to kind of like all right, there we go. Maybe it's easier to read now. Maybe it's easier to read now. But yeah, that is a fantastic goal from Colombia. The ref blew the whistle for a foul, but before he stopped the play, fired from distance Daniel Muñoz, el faraón. Richard Rios, my guy. Richard Rios is the one. To make it 4-0 for Colombia. And more substitutions coming in for Colombia now that the game is absolutely over. Daniel Muñoz getting subbed out for Arias. And James Rodriguez getting subbed out for Quintero. A round of applause in the stadium, ovation for James Rodriguez, who's been the best player of the tournament so far. And now Nestor Lorenzo is giving these players rest, just so they know that they can. They've already done a good job. They're already through to the semi-finals, where they'll be playing the winner of Brazil and Uruguay. There we go. We can stop joking about that one. What a goal, though. It really was. Really was a great goal. I would have reacted better if I didn't get spoiled, but it is what it is. The font type should change. It's too small. Make it bigger. What do you mean it's too small? What the heck? All right, let's see. What font do you prefer, chat? Impact? Impact is a bit cringe, I feel. But maybe I need to use Impact so like you guys see it. Comic Sans. I make it in Comic Sans. Let's see, impact. Is this easier to read? And maybe I can give it like contorno. I can give it a trace. Make it black. And make it like 10 width, maybe 15. Is that easier to read? That looks good. All right, fair enough. So it was my fault. Like, Jesus Christ, people. I don't understand, like, what's the point in spoiling? Anyway, how the hell England still won? I have no idea. I'm not gonna discuss the Euros. We move on. Like, England got the job done because Switzerland didn't know how to finish in the final third. That is about it. Switzerland put themselves in great positions, both during 90 minutes and extra time, to find another goal. And they played a better game tactically than England, but the individual brilliance of Bukayo Saka bailed England out, and then in penalties, it was their better penalty takers and their best goalkeeper at 7 penalties that kept them in it. By being efficient, or you can say that. That is like the nice way of saying they go through, we move on. Juan Román Riquelme was born too late. He'll be a GOAT in his era. Yeah, he was the last. I mean, maybe James Rodriguez is now like the last number 10, but Riquelme was truly the last number 10 that we saw succeed, and he wasn't one of the greatest players of the generation because the number 10 position kind of began to die during the mid stages of his career. That free kick from Panama goes over the crossbar. Yeah, nothing worked out for Panama this game. Absolutely nothing. My claim that Munoz is the best right back on the planet is growing stronger by each day. I started to claim this a year ago. Hey, he was already fantastic at Genk. He should have always started for Colombia. Now at Crystal Palace, he was also cooking. There's definitely a case to be made. There's also a lot of there's also not a lot of competition. Like, sure, there are some great fullbacks, but fullbacks, I feel like it's the position with the least competition. Where if you have like a few great seasons, it's easier to have a claim to be the best in the world. Will these kickoff times indicate the kickoff times for the World Cup? I'm not sure. I just hope that the organization of the tournament is better at the World Cup, that we see stadiums fully packed, that the pitches are nice, that VAR works properly, that referees work properly as well, and that they actually allow to bring stuff like flags, drums, trumpets to the stadium, because like the atmosphere has been very, very quiet for a Copa America. I don't like it that the US seems like they would just want the fans to be sitting down and eating popcorn the whole game. Like it's just so boring seeing the fans in this Copa America. Miguel Borja gonna make his first appearance this Copa America. replacing John Cordova, the River Plate striker. Gonna actually get a few minutes now against Panama. I think there will be this Eastern US kickoff timers, 12 p.m., 3 p.m., 6 p.m. and 9 p.m. We'll see if that ends up coming true. So people in the chat, people who are still there watching, remember that the stream is gonna end. We're gonna take a short break and we're gonna be here for Uruguay against Brazil, which is gonna be the biggest game of the night, the biggest game of the quarterfinals, to see who faces Colombia in the semifinals. So this stream is gonna end. We're gonna have a quick break and we're gonna see that fantastic game that is gonna be Uruguay against Brazil. It's gonna be great. Ooh! Great shot from outside the box from Panama, and even a better response from Camilo Vargas, not allowing his goal to be beaten this game. Panama with another shot. Ooh! Very close to scoring on that one. Shooting from distance. Scrapes the post, I'm sure. Murillo on both occasions. Close, just over the crossbar. My father was telling about Carlos Valderrama, never knew about him. Welcome to the stream, Kule. And yeah, Carlos El Pibe was one of the best Colombian players of all time. So entertaining to watch during the 90s. And now Colombia, following his mantle, following his steps, having a great Copa America, building upon a great process, playing as a unit with great individual talent on all the lines, and making a statement game saying we are favorites for this Copa America, don't overlook us, it's not all Argentina and Uruguay, we are here too. Score predictions for that game. I'll give my score predictions for Uruguay-Brazil in the stream for that game when we actually get there, when we have the 15 minutes before the game to talk, which we will have. So yeah, in that stream I'll give my predictions for the game. I have a feeling we will get Panama versus Colombia at the World Cup. Would be interesting to see these teams battle it out once again. What do you think are most popular European teams that people support in Argentina? Number one has to be Barcelona because of Messi, obviously. So I think that Barcelona is the team that people most support in Argentina. Then there's also a big following for Real Madrid as well, obviously. Somehow, like, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but there are many Argentinians that actually support Real Madrid. Obviously, the big majority is going to go towards Barcelona, but Real Madrid has its supporters as well. There are many Chelsea fans. I don't know why, but there are many Chelsea fans, even before Enzo Fernandez went there. People really like Chelsea for some reason. I've met a few Liverpool fans, like myself, around. Manchester United too. I would say those are the big three in England, here in Argentina. Napoli. You'd expect Napoli to have more fans, but Napoli, obviously the connection that we have is because of Maradona. But back then, it wasn't, because football wasn't global yet. There was, globalization came with the internet and us being able to watch games from all the different leagues whenever we wanted. So it wasn't really common back then in the 80s or the 90s to support a club from another country. So yeah, it's Napoli doesn't really have that many fans in Argentina, even though most Argentinians will tell you that in Italy the team that they like the most is Napoli because of Maradona. But I wouldn't say they have fans. I think it's mostly like, yeah, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man United. I would say that the big majority is Barcelona. Verón was at Chelsea, fair enough. I think that the most remembered spell of Verón is at Man United, and obviously at Lazio in Italy, but he did play for Chelsea at some point too. Oh, that is a great ball from Sinisterra, and it's another one-on-one. Great defending from the Panamanian on Miguel Borja. The flag is up either way, but Borja has his opportunity there to potentially get a goal. He's laughing about it. Borja can feel the pain on that one. He was definitely offside, but he felt like he had a one-on-one opportunity in one of the few minutes that he's gonna get with the national team, and yeah, he's not feeling great about it. And this game is as good as over. It's been over for a while, honestly, even while being 3-0. A bit of an anticlimactic end to the Panamanian fairy tale after they advanced from a group where they were not supposed to advance from. They were supposed to be fighting for scraps against Bolivia, and instead they beat the US in their backyard and kicked them out of their own tournament. And yet in the knockouts, they played a much better team and they collapsed defensively. Really had no idea how to deal with Colombia, their pressing, their technicality, their physicality. Everything about Colombia is better than Panama, and it's shown on this game. The difference was also the finishing, because Panama had chances, especially in the first half, but Colombia actually have the clinical finishes in the final third, and that's what got them this huge win over Panama. Statement win. They're saying what's up. Colombia is saying we can beat anyone. Argentina, Uruguay, Brazil. You guys are gonna have it tough against us. I dislike arrogant Prem merchants who think only the Prem is relevant. Yeah, nobody likes Prem merchants. Even though I support a club from the Premier League, the other leagues are just, if not more important. I think it's very clear that the most dominant league has been La Liga, not only because of Real Madrid, although it's the main reason why they've been so successful in the Champions League, but before that Barcelona was also winning Champions Leagues on a consistent enough basis. Sevilla was dominating the Europa League, and if it wasn't Sevilla, someone like Atletico Madrid were winning the Europa League. So you have to give it to Spain, just because their most powerful teams are always up there. Any teams you'd like Argentina play in the World Cup group stage? No idea. Guess I would like to play Sweden. Of the ones that are actually possible for us to face. But I don't know, that's a tough question. There are so many teams and it's also so far away that. And most of the teams that would actually have narratives with Argentina are probably going to be in Pot 1, so we cannot face them in the group stage. Or are going to be from CONMEBOL or something, so like there's not really a team that I'd really like to face. Cincinnati has scored a she-ball. Inter Miami is already behind. I'm not watching that game, but I got a notification. I'm like, shit. Inter Miami without Messi is Barak. Number 4 celebrating the defense. Yeah, that is Arias. I guess because of him not getting as many minutes, he likes showing that he did a good job. Since he's not gonna get many minutes, he wants to leave a good impression, so he's gonna be happy that he got that. 2 minutes of stoppage time, it's not gonna matter. Nothing else is gonna happen in this game. Colombia with a statement win, guys. Let me know. I've been on the Colombia hype train for a while. Do you think they can win the Copa America? They for sure can, but I think that everyone is gonna say yes to that question. Do you think Colombia will win the Copa America? It's a more bold question. And I know it's Panama, but you can only beat who's in front of you, and Colombia did exactly what they had to do against an opponent of this caliber. Destroy them. You cannot ask more from Colombia on this one. They can, but I don't think they will. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's a penalty. Wow, it's penalty for Colombia. They're gonna try to make it 5-0. The ref didn't really signal the point. Oh, that is 100% a penalty. It could have been a red card. Santi Arias touches the ball and yeah, the number 3 from Panama chops him down. That is 100% Stonewall penalty. Would Brazil have won 4-0? Brazil drew 0-0 with Costa Rica. What do you think? I know it was an off day in the office, but bro. Cordova from Panama, the number 3 who committed the penalty, still down injured, which is why they're taking so long to actually. Oh, there could be offside. Maybe it's offside. No, that's never offside. He doesn't even try to go for the ball. Well, penalty and the game is gonna end. Miguel Borja wants his goal, the River Plate striker. He grabbed the ball the moment the penalty spot was signaled and never let it go. He wanted it so bad. We're gonna see if he can actually get his goal in 15 minutes of football he's played, a bit more with the stoppage time. Miguel Borja, 5-0. 5-0 Colombia. GG. That's it. Well, I was supporting your defense of Colombia winning like this by bringing up Brazil. Yeah, that is good. GG. Good game. Well played to Colombia because Panama really didn't play well. Like I said, few chances in the first half, but it was never happening. Not with Colombia in the form that they're in right now and how they're playing, with the quality of players, how they work as a unit. See you in an hour. Yes. Everyone, GG's. Colombia win. Not much to talk about of this game. Amazing performance from Colombia. They're through to the semifinals and they're gonna wait from one of the two rivals that are gonna come from the next game that is gonna start in an hour between Brazil and Uruguay. Thank you so much to the ones who joined the stream. I'm sorry that I started late for that delay that I had. Thank you for still coming in and supporting. So remember, we're gonna take a short break, and in an hour we're gonna be back here to see Brazil against Uruguay, to see who's gonna face Colombia in the semifinals. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you all very soon. So see ya.